What is your podcast crutch? We all have them.
And now, a look at what's trending in the podcast world and how it can help your show. It's the Jag Show Podcast.
So I was sitting at a Detroit Tigers game with a friend the other day. Sadly, we were at a Detroit Tigers game. And we were talking about the WJPZ at 50 podcast that I had done. And he was teasing me that the whispered wow is what he called the hallmark of any Jag podcast. When somebody says something compelling or interesting, I tend to sit back and say, wow. And I thought about it, and he was probably right. And then he joked that other people have stolen it from me. I don't think it's original to me. That said, I was recording a podcast the very next day, and I caught myself saying, wow, when somebody said something interesting. Now, there's nothing wrong with occasionally using a crutch or occasionally having a trademark of your podcast. And my friend wasn't criticizing me, but it got me thinking. We all have verbal crutches. I know one podcaster that as she gets ready for her next question, she says, and until she thinks of what she wants to look for. Some people say, like, those words that we all use in regular conversation. And this is not something that you are going to know off the top of your head what it is. My challenge to you, once you're, 10, 15 episodes deep in your podcast, go back and listen to yourself. Now, I know this is something that's difficult for a lot of people because physiologically, your voice does not sound the same on a recording as it does inside the bones conducting inside your skull. Nobody likes how they sound recorded. But go back and listen to yourself and see if you can find certain crutch words you use and be aware of them. That way you can sort of try to avoid using them or at least overusing them in the future. It's okay to have crutch words, but as with everything in podcasting, all things in balance. Okay, one pet peeve for this week before we wrap up, the lavalier mic. These guys here. If you're doing a podcast or especially on YouTube, I see this all the time on YouTube. Do not use a clip-on tiny lavalier mic as your interview mic. I can't tell you how many times I see somebody on YouTube go or back and forth. Hey, quick, let's do it this way. These mics are designed to clip on to a lapel and be this far from somebody's mouth, not right up here. It's going to sound distorted. It's not going to sound good. Then that goes for these old school lapel mics, lav mics, and these new school mics that clip on. And Rode makes these. This is a knockoff version, a few of these. They're designed to clip on and be a certain distance from your mouth. You risk having the audio distort and clip and be too loud if you don't use mics as they're designed. If you're going to interview somebody, have a handheld mic and do it the old school way. Use mics the way in which they're designed. If you need me, I'll be telling the neighborhood kids to get off my lawn and their music is too loud. Later.
Feel free to share this episode with someone who might enjoy it. And for help starting a podcast or improving your current show, find Jag online at jagpodcastproductions.com.